Hello! My name is Kallista, and welcome back to Mass Effect 2 Legendary Edition. In the last episode, we spoke with Mordin and Jacob, and I rather desperately tried to avoid flirting with Jacob. I don't trust the dialogue options, I've got to be honest. So many of the options with Kaiden were very friendly. And, you know, you'd pick them and it'd be like, oh, you flirted with him. And I'd just be there like, no, Naomi didn't. What is happening? It was very frustrating. So I am rather nervous with the dialogue options in this game. Now then, okay, so we still can't enter life support. That is the men's restroom. We don't really need to go in there. That's the ladies. Anyone having a gossip in here?
It's just too dangerous for them in New Canton. I'm shipping my family back to Earth.
You can afford that?
Cerberus looks out for their own. They're funding the transport for me.
It's the least they can do when we're putting our lives on the line.
For terrorists. You're putting your lives on the line for terrorism. I will keep saying this. I will not be quiet. I will not be silent. Now, yes, Miranda and Chakwas is down here, and we have the drink she wanted. Okay, that'll be good. But hello there.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Yes, any upgrades?
Have you got any ideas for potential upgrades we could make?
A few ideas, yeah. Here, take a look.
Okay. Also, do these... Okay, so these actually use, you know, the, I've got minerals. There we go. These use the minerals, too. You know, let's see what she's suggesting. Ooh. Oh, hello. Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Now, you know what? I think I'm going to speak to everyone, and then I'm going to head back to the lab. And any kind of miscellaneous stuff that I can grab in the research, I think I will.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Yeah, so they do only have the one upgrade, it seems. Okay. Yeah, do you want to talk?
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
Of course. I'm just finishing an operation report. I'm impressed, Shepard. So far things have gone exceptionally well. As Cerberus operations go, this is one of the best I've been a part of.
I'm not Cerberus. I'm not Cerberus.
Maybe that's because this isn't a Cerberus operation.
Not to you, maybe. But I report directly to the elusive man. And I'm here because he wants me to be. Cerberus gave you a second chance, Commander. Maybe you should do the same for us.
No. How about no? I'm sorry, just you should feel grateful that we brought you back from the dead without your consent, so you should join a terrorist group. No. No. Why the fuck should I?
What did Cerberus do that made you so loyal?
I suppose you deserve to know. Do you remember when I told you how I was genetically altered? Well, that wasn't my choice. My father created me. He's a very influential man and extremely controlling. He didn't want a daughter. He wanted a dynasty. I ran away as soon as I was old and brave enough. I went to Cerberus because I knew they could protect me.
Yeah, how can they protect you from him?
You seem capable of defending yourself. Why did you need Cerberus?
My father invested a great deal in his dynasty. It wasn't a matter of just leaving. I knew he would continue to pursue his investments.
Yeah, and are you appreciated here?
I assume that Cerberus approves of your enhanced abilities?
Of course. Cerberus fully endorses anything that advances the cause of humanity. Genetic alterations included. But unlike my father and his own selfish reasons, Cerberus and the elusive man believe in a greater good. They see the bigger picture, and I feel like I have a purpose here.
Who exactly is your father?
A businessman, but a very wealthy one. It's ironic, my father believed deeply in a human-positive agenda. He donated generously to Cerberus before I joined them. That's how I first heard about Cerberus, through my father's connections.
Yeah, I think it is very clear that Miranda has some major self-esteem issues. I said this the first time we heard about Miranda's backstory, and maybe I didn't word it in the best way. I wasn't saying that Miranda being, a talented person made her a Mary Sue. It was the idea of, I was genetically created to be perfect and have the most bestest abilities ever, and people are so rude and mean to me because I am so beautiful and intelligent and perfect. That's a lot of the backstories of various fan fictions I've read that have Mary Sue protagonists. The genetically created to be perfect, I've found that so often used as a justification for why my sci-fi character is perfect. I've seen that, like, they were genetically engineered to be perfect, so they're not a Mary Sue, they're not a Mary Sue. Like, I've seen that justification a lot, so that's why I was like, oh, she's been genetically engineered to be perfect. I'm having flashbacks. Like, that's what I meant. I was concerned that they were going to go in that direction because that was the, like I said, genetically engineered to be perfect. I wasn't saying that someone who has been raised to be perfect, you have to have the best test scores. You are the smartest person here, so we're going to hold you to extremely high standards, this, that, and the other. Like, I wasn't saying that made someone a Mary Sue. It was the genetic modification bit. I was like, ooh, this is worrying. With the way they're going, no, this isn't. I don't think this is Mary Sue-ish. I think Miranda has enough of a character that she's distinguishing herself quite well. Like I said, I was just deeply concerned with that introduction to her backstory of I was genetically engineered to be beautiful, intelligent, and powerful. I'm like, oh no. But yeah, it seems my fears were misplaced. Do you have a mom?
You've told me a lot about your father. What happened to your mother?
I never had one. Most of my genetic material is based on my father's tissue. His Y chromosome was altered with an amalgam of desired traits from various sources. How arrogant can you be? The man is completely egomaniacal. Just another reason I had to get away from him.
Okay. Okay, interesting. It's... Now that we've got her in, like, quite a safe environment, Miranda seems to have opened up a lot. Like, the first time we met her, on that original Cerberus facility, where Naomi woke up, she was extremely hostile. And, to be fair, Naomi was goading her. Naomi was trying to goad her into a fight. However, now that she feels safe and secure, she does seem to have opened up a lot. Naomi, I don't think that Naomi is a naturally hostile person. I don't think she goes into interactions thinking, oh, how can I piss this person off? I've just met them. They've done nothing to me. I'm gonna fucking have a go at them. Like, if it's like, oh, the elusive man, you mean the man responsible for the death of 50 of my friends? Right, I'ma try and shoot that motherfucker. But if it was just like, oh, we want you to meet John. Who's John? He's just a guy. Like, he fixes cars, like, in space. No, on Earth. He lives in Utah. Like, he just lives his life. Come and meet John. Like, she's gonna be perfectly friendly. Until John shows himself to be an arsehole, she's like, hey, hello there, John. How are the cars? How's Utah? What's going on? Like, I don't think she goes into conversations with the aim to make enemies. She is extremely wary about Miranda. Extremely, extremely wary because Miranda is the most pro-Cerberus person here. Here's the thing, this is almost like a reverse situation of Naomi's past. Where Miranda was... How do I put this? Miranda was nurtured to the point of being hurt. She was nurtured to the point of being damaged, if that makes any kind of sense. Her father, he wanted this dynasty. He wanted Miranda to be perfect. He put all of this money into her. He didn't put any love or affection, I would assume. I think if Miranda said, oh yeah, he took me to baseball games and, you know, did daddy-daughter stuff with me. I think if he had done that, then she would have brought it up. But no, he was a very cold, unfeeling man who wanted this legacy, and he pumped all of the money he could into her. And she has been left with some rather deep emotional scarring from that. From this, you know, this need to be perfect. The need to succeed and thrive to the most, you know, like she can't just do well, she has to be the best, because that was what was demanded from her in her youth. And she is, it almost seems to me like Miranda is living in her own shadow. There is this idea of her that she is struggling to live up to. And it's an impossible standard. No one is perfect. No one can be perfect. It is simply impossible. But she was forced to do that for so long, and she has a lot of issues. Compared to Naomi, when no one really gave a shit if she thrived. No one gave a shit if she succeeded. She, like, her mum abandoned her. When she was 13, she did not have any money pumped into her education or her health. Like, all of the ways that Miranda was nurtured are all of the ways that Naomi was abandoned, I guess. I don't think I'm wording this very well. As I say this, what Miranda experienced, it was nurturement to the point of damage. It wasn't a healthy nurturing. Like, don't think I'm saying nurturing like the classical, like, oh, I nurture my child with love and attention. No, it was a clinical nurturing. Not healthy, not good. I think that would, like I said, it's like all the ways that Miranda was nurtured were all the ways that Naomi was abandoned. She was failed by her mother. They were both failed by their respective parents, but in very different ways. That's very interesting. I think that would strike a chord with Naomi. Naomi has issues with her mom. You know, I do think that Naomi loves her mom in some regards. And, you know, I think that Naomi acknowledges that I am the person I am today because of what my mom did. That doesn't make it right. I'm not grateful that my mom abandoned me and neglected me, and that I had to deal with, you know, starvation and homelessness and a lack of a decent education. Like, I'm not happy I had to deal with that, but I like who I am as a person. And who I am has largely been influenced by my mother and her neglect. So in some regards, I am grateful. I'm not grateful that I was neglected, but I am grateful that I am who I am today. She has a lot of issues with her mom, and Miranda has a lot of issues with her dad. And that would strike a chord with Naomi. I think that would make her feel something. That would make her feel empathy. But Miranda is so pro-Cerberus. She's so pro-Cerberus, and I'm trying to weigh up if Miranda's pro-Cerberusness would outweigh Naomi's empathy for another scarred child. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. I think Naomi always gives someone a shot. That's always been my rule. Like, hey, you can piss me off once, If you do it again, we're gonna have issues, but everyone gets one shot. Okay, you get one free pass, and then Naomi will deal with you. I was saying in the last episode, Naomi thinks she can persuade Jacob to leave Cerberus because he's not particularly loyal. I think if we're giving others, like, hey, we're going to try and persuade them to leave, I think we have to offer Miranda the same opportunity. I think Naomi would think it would be a lost cause, but if she's offering that opportunity to others, then it would feel wrong not to offer that opportunity to Miranda, especially considering Naomi's like, oh shit, we have somewhat similar issues regarding parentage. Oh, like, that's very interesting. I feel empathy towards you. Yeah.
Talk about yourself like you're just a tool to be used by your father, by Cerberus.
Maybe. I like to know where I fit in the world. It helps me find meaning in how I was created.
You are who you are, Miranda. You don't need to make excuses for it.
That's easy for you to say. We've both been engineered for greatness, Shepard. The difference is you were great before we rebuilt you. I'm great because of it.
Yeah, that doesn't define you. Naomi is absolutely not defined by the fact that Cerberus rebuilt her, and she'll fight anyone who says otherwise.
Your spirit and personality are what make you great. It's what makes anyone great.
That's kind of you. I'm not sure I believe you, but thanks for saying it.
This was a good chat. This was a very good chat.
Thanks for your time, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Anytime, Commander.
Okay, good talk. Good talk, love.
Did you hear? Another colony went missing. Ferris Fields.
Ferris Fields? Didn't Hadley have a brother stationed there?
Yeah, he's taking it pretty hard.
Oof. Now, here's my thought. Will these guys have upgrades for the Normandy?
How can I help you, Commander?
Okay, no, good stuff.
I won't take any more of your time.
Back to work.
Alright, now Chakwas. Chakwas, my dear, I have a gift.
How may I help you, Commander?
Okay, yeah, and you don't have anything about upgrades either. Yeah, I got your brandy.
I have a present for you, Doc.
Ceres ice brandy? You didn't. Thank you. I always regretted not opening that original bottle when I still could. I won't make the same mistake again. Why don't we open this bottle right here, right now, you and me?
Hell yeah!
You crack open the bottle. I'll get the glasses.
I thought Alenko's biotic display might have broken Jenkins' back, but Jenkins pops up and yells, "That was awesome!" Oh, Jenkins. Soldiers like him make the Alliance great. Cerberus lacks the same enthusiasm.
Oh, Cerberus lacks so much. Jenkins! Bless Jenkins! He died too young!
With your service record, you could have gotten a tour of duty on any Alliance ship. Why'd you really leave?
Maybe it's less about leaving and more about staying. As a military doctor, I mostly treat people who are in bad shape. Often they die. And if I can help them, they move on. Either way, they leave.
Oh.
Don't you have any friends or family?
No, not lacking friendship. Just stability. Joko will always have Vrolic syndrome. He would never admit it, but he needs my help, and he always will. I wish it weren't, but sadly, it's true.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Treating Joker gives you a kind of stability.
So does this ship, even if it's a copy. Or, hell, maybe it's you, Shepard. Our immovable center. A place for a person to stop and catch her breath. Or maybe I'm just happily drunk. Would it hurt if it was simple like that for once?
So what you're saying is that Joker caused you to join a terrorist group. Joker! What the fuck, Joker? Why do you keep doing this? Oh. Why? It just gets worse. Okay. No, not a toast to the Alliance. I think it's between these two. I hope that's not like, oh, let's toast to me. I hope this is, let's toast to simplicity. Yeah, just a simple toast. We're here, we're hammered, we're happy. Life couldn't be better. Well, it could be better. It'd be better if we weren't on a Cerberus ship surrounded by Cerberus dickheads. But, like, aside from that, life couldn't be better.
Here's to simply being happily drunk.
I'll drink to that.
Oh, are we? I think we may be drunk. The screen is swaying. Oh, Chakwas, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We may have drunk a bit too much. Oh, either way, let's go. Let's go. Now then, it looked like. Yeah, can we get through here now? Oh, hey! Hi there, buddy. So, hello. Ooh. Okay, thank you kindly.
What's this area of the ship?
The gunnery control station. The ship's batteries are controlled from here. The Combat Information Center operators send targeting information here. The CIC decides who to shoot. Gunnery control decides how to shoot.
Okay. Oh, excuse me.
Shepard, need me for something?
Oh, I want to talk about you so much. I want to talk about you and to you. I love you, Garrus. I love you. It's so good to have you back.
Have you got any upgrade ideas for the Normandy's weapon systems?
A few, yeah. Here, take a look.
Okay. Now then, let's see. Ooh, Phanex Cannon. Oh, yes, please. Lovely.
Shepard, need me for something?
And maybe Garrus has multiple upgrades. Oh well, we can look at them later.
What can you tell me about the Normandy's armaments?
The weapons upgrades have gone in beautifully. This thing packs a hell of a punch. It just might give us a chance against the Collectors.
Well, hey.
Have the Cerberus crewmen given you any trouble?
I think being part of the team that took down Saren got me some points. Everyone I talked to was polite anyway. Don't worry, Commander. We're all working together.
Except Naomi isn't. Naomi's like, yeah, you can all work together and then I'll take you out one day. One day, just you wait.
Have you got a minute?
Sure. Just checking the weapon systems. You can never be too careful. I thought I'd seen every weapon in the galaxy in our fight against Saren. Mercenary work showed me otherwise. And now Cerberus rebuilds the Normandy with a few upgrades to boot. I wish we joined up with them sooner.
No, you fucking don't. No, you do. We are not with them.
We haven't joined Cerberus. They're funding our mission. That's all.
Relax, Shepard. Just a figure of speech. I can't exactly doubt your judgment. Not after I got my own squad killed.
The pen that Naomi keeps snapping and repairing and snapping again, just obliterated at that.
What did your merc squad do? Didn't sound like you were available for hire.
You saw Omega. It was full of thugs kicking the helpless. I formed my team to kick back. We weren't mercenaries. At least nobody was paying us. We made money by taking down slavers, pirates, or gangs that went too far.
I mean, here's the thing. He did kind of become his own little gang. He kind of did, because, you know, no one authorized this. No one authorized him to do that. He did it off his own back. You know, I could absolutely see Naomi saying this, so we'll go with that.
Doesn't sound like you made any friends with the gangs.
I got 3 separate merc bands to work together to take me down. My manager at CSEC would be impressed. It was simple. We'd hit their shipments, disrupt activities, get under their skin, make them angry. They'd come charging right into our well-prepared kill zone, crossfire and snipers, clean and surgical. They never stood a chance.
I'm questioning whether Naomi would say this or not. Because on one hand, yet no one authorized him to do this. So he became a sort of vigilante figure. And, you know, he was the one deciding, you know, okay, this is which gang we're going to take out today. This is, you know, the gang we're going to take out next week. Blah, 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 blah. When you've got one guy deciding who is good and who is bad, and especially if it's like, I've decided they're bad, and I have a team of guys with guns, like, that can get very messy if your judgment becomes clouded or impaired. And here's the thing, Omega's law seems to be lawlessness. Yeah, if you can get away with it, do it. Like, the only rule seems to be don't get caught. So who is Garrus to come in and start changing that at the same time? Again, Naomi grew up in slums. She grew up in an area that was probably very similar to Omega. She was part of a gang. You know, she did some awful, horrific shit in that time. She got out. How do I put this? Naomi isn't ashamed of her past. She doesn't try to hide it. But she's not out there being like, go be a gangbanger, kids. Like, you do, you know, you do drug smuggling and I support you doing crime. Like, she's not gonna stop you. If you get by doing crime, Naomi's not gonna make any judgments because she did that herself. She doesn't have to do that anymore, but, you know, she did that. She's not gonna be a hypocrite and be like, don't be doing that, kids. Don't be doing that. But she doesn't exactly, I'd say she doesn't judge people who are living that life, but she's not going to encourage someone to go be a criminal. And here's the thing, I think she'd be thinking, if there was a team like Garrus's when I was a little girl, cleaning up the streets, maybe I would have never joined the gang. Maybe something else would have come along. I don't know. This doesn't sit right with me. I can't... I don't know, but it doesn't sit right. It doesn't sit right. My gut says that Naomi wouldn't say this, so I'm gonna leave that.
How'd you end up fighting mercenaries here on Omega?
I went back to CSEC after the Normandy was destroyed, but with all the rebuilding at the Citadel, there was too much chaos for me to really help. Omega was filled with criminals nobody else could touch. And there was no red tape to slow me down. It was a perfect fit. People here needed someone to believe in. Someone to stand up to the local thugs.
That explains how you started. How'd you end up with a squad?
Not too different from how you formed your squad to fight Saren, actually. You prove that you get things done, and people join up. Mercs who wanted to atone. Security consultants tired of playing by the rules. I gave them hope. And now they're dead. Shows what I know.
Tell me about your squad.
There were 12 of us, including me. Former military operatives, CSEC agents, the usual. Had a Solarian explosives expert. Pretty sure he'd spent time in the Special Tasks group. My tech expert was a Batarian, believe it or not. Not the friendliest guy, but he could hack any system ever built.
Okay. And what happened?
How did those mercenary gangs take down your team?
It was my own damn fault. One of my people betrayed me. A Turian named Sidonis. He drew me away just before the mercs attacked my squad. Then he disappeared. Everyone except me is dead because of him. And because I didn't see it coming.
Oh.
I'm not sure I understand. What happened exactly?
Sidonis asked for my help on a job. When I got to the meeting point, nobody was there. By the time I got back to our hideout, the mercs had killed all but 2 of my squad. And they didn't last long.
Yeah, that's a good question. Are you sure he was a casualty? This Sidonis guy could have asked for the meeting and then got ambushed, maybe?
You sure it was a betrayal? Maybe they took Sidonis out first.
No. I put out feelers with some old contacts. He booked transport off Omega just before the attack. He also cleared out his private accounts before he left. He sold me out and ran.
Oh.
Do you know where Sidonis is now?
No. His trail vanishes after he leaves Omega, but I'll keep hunting. I lost my whole team except for Sidonis. One day I'll find him and correct that. Thanks for coming by, Shepard. I've got some things to take care of.
Okay. Okay. Well, that to me sounded like a companion quest, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see if it is. Now then, I am just about out of time for this episode. In the next one, we'll head down to engineering. Where's a good spot to stand? Where's a good spot to stand? There we go, that's nice. Alrighty then, in the next episode, we'll head down to engineering. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.